Well, hello everybody. Happy Tuesday. Hope you're enjoying the Christmas season and welcome to part 3 of the Hollywood series here.
That's right.
Today we're jumping back over to the movie scene and talking about The Big Short, a more recent movie than Glenn Ross, and a great reminder for all of us who survived the last recession of what not to do.
That's right. And honestly, if you watch that movie, it was very illuminating. I think the big takeaway, obviously, is that we're talking more about the money and the numbers and the financing side. You probably remember the ninja loan scene, no income, no job. And honestly, we saw a ton of that. And that's a slippery slope, and more than a slippery slope, it's a huge problem when you don't have solid financial backing and you're getting into something as serious as home ownership. Not just for you, but as we saw in the financial meltdown and the real estate meltdown, the fallout it can have for all your neighbors and values in entire cities and regions being brought down by really the careless actions of kind of a minority few.
Yeah, I mean, we're all tied together more than I think we all think, you know? I mean, a lot of people, they have their mortgage and they think that this big institution owns it, but behind those, those books of loans get purchased by investors that can just be your neighbors, and everyday investors with funds and IRAs and that are all tied into those mortgages. So it's not really only yourself you have to worry about when thinking about buying a home and maintaining that home. There's a lot of responsibility that comes with home ownership and financial responsibility. And so, when in times like these where the market's shot up, The Big Short is a great reminder not to play with that equity, not to take out loans and maximize what you can borrow on your home, to leave some wiggle room, know that the market is going to ebb and flow and be able to weather those storms. And I mean, your primary residence can be one of the greatest investments for you and your family in a lifetime, but it shouldn't always be looked at as an investment tool.
At least you should. I think you should just be conservative with it. I think that the good rule of thumb is get as quickly as you can to at least 20 to 25% equity in your home. If you can get more than that, then maybe it's okay to take a little bit of a cash out refi. But if you start getting up to 90, 95% leveraged on your primary residence, you really expose yourself and others, really, as Matt said, to some serious risks. So it's great. We love this industry. We're advocates for it, of course. But we also want people to just take the right steps. And if it's not the right time, I know we'll tell you it's not the right time if we know your situation. So Big Short.
Check it out.
Good movie. And Steve Carell. This is Steve Carell going from The Office to a very serious role. He did a great job with it.
He's a great actor. Shout out to Steve Carell.
Oh, I met Steve Carell, by the way.
What?
I didn't tell you that?
Okay, wait.
I'm going to tell you this really briefly.
Okay.
So I'm in high school, Santa Barbara High School. I'm down on the beach. We skipped out of second period, a couple buddies, eating at the east side, the East Beach Grill. And Steve Carell was working for The Daily Show for Jon Stewart.
I remember that.
And he came by on one of the Surrey bikes doing a news piece. And one of my buddies, who was a huge Daily Show fan, saw him, came over to us. We talked to him. My buddy took off his sock, and Steve signed his sock and then rode off.
Beautiful. That sounds so Steve Carell-ish.
Yep.
Steve Carell, if you're out there listening, you probably should buy a home in Central Oregon. Make sure to reach out to us. buysellbend.com. You can find us there. So can all you other people. And we look forward to helping you out as well. See you next week.
Last one in the series next week.
Hey, thanks so much for watching today's video. If you haven't already, make sure to follow us on Instagram and Facebook. Our handles are shown here on the screen, and you can always find our contact information or more about us on www.buysellbend.com. Thanks.